Guys, welcome back to NCAA Talk Show. Today we'll be discussing the rest of the Georgia Bulldogs football season. Quarterback Carson Beck has led them to a pretty good season so far, but definitely not as good as the last two seasons. With Brock Bowers' injury, they're facing some more difficulties, but still having a pretty easy season for the team. Over the next few weeks, Kendall Milton will have to be really good in the running game. The Bulldogs are 10-0, so they're certainly not struggling this season, but it hasn't been their best. So most people ask about maybe a potential three-peat. In my eyes, I don't see it happening. I see Michigan winning the whole entire thing, and possibly maybe a national championship this year, but they definitely won't win. For the regular season games remaining, they still have to play Tennessee and Georgia Tech. In the Georgia Tech game, I have them dominating them for the last game of the season. They play every year at the end of the year, or the end of the season, but I just have Georgia destroying them. And before that game, they will play Tennessee. Their game against Tennessee should be an easy game. They shouldn't struggle too much in that game. Tennessee is not the team that they appear to be. They're ranked, but they're really not that good. Tennessee had a few rough games this season, only losing 3, but they struggled in a lot of key parts of their year. They had a very slow start against a FCS school, Austin, PA. They had a very slow start, down 3-0 for most of the first quarter. Had a slow start, and it's been like that for a lot of games for them this year. Georgia has won the East, and they'll be moving on to the SEC championship game. In that game, expect them to play a good game against Alabama. I think Alabama will be challenged, and they won't come out on top in this game. But Alabama has a very good team this year, just a few struggles along the way. And if they do win this game over Georgia, they will go to the college football playoff. Don't get me wrong, Georgia's a very talented football team, but this year, it's just going to be a struggle for them to try and pull out a really impressive win in the national championship. So they'll have a strong finish to their season, of course going 12-0, probably winning the SEC game, and winning their first game in the college football playoff against probably either Ohio State or Florida State, maybe Washington or Oregon. It really depends how the last 2 weeks of football play out, along with the conference championship games. Carson Beck is not as good of a quarterback as Stetson Bennett was. For anyone wondering where Stetson Bennett is now, he's currently a quarterback for the Rams and has been ruled out by Sean McVay for the rest of the season. He's not injured or hurt, but he's not going to be playing all year. It's all in the hands of Carson Beck to help this team go to a national championship. Maybe next year, I feel that Georgia will probably have a new quarterback and maybe look for some hints or something to help in the running game, maybe some new wide receivers, or honestly they might fall off and not be the team that they have been in the last few years. Now, if we're talking about the rival game between Georgia and Georgia Tech, Georgia is leading the series by a lot, and Georgia Tech will never come close to winning against them in that game in the next at least 10 to 15 years based on recruiting. Overall, Georgia will have a strong finish to their season, but I don't feel that there'll be anything too amazing. Thank you guys for watching this episode of NCAA Talk Show, and there will be more videos to come, and some of them will be longer as far as time, because we're only 3 minutes and 40 seconds into this video. Overall, though, thank you guys for watching. That'll be it for this video. Thanks.